Strategies for developing proximity tourism. As we've mentioned in the previous video, proximity visitors have peculiar characteristics and specific interests. In order to attract this customer segment, tourism companies have to adjust their services and communication accordingly. Here are some of the possible strategies to consider. New and unique services based on local natural and cultural heritage. Proximity visitors have a better knowledge of their environment and therefore a greater demand for new quality services and products. There must be an element of novelty, some added value or an original manner of presenting the tourism package in order to provide an experience of discovery. Travelers are constantly searching for novelty, authenticity, originality, and naturalness. Most potential proximity tourists are living in larger cities, and the need to go back to nature and to disconnect is growing. This is why hiking, cycling, and other touristic routes, which are real sources of disconnection, are currently a success. Other activities that allow tourists to discover a natural area in a more authentic and original way, such as through a horse cart tour linked with food tasting on-site and artisan workshops, can also be successful. A rising trend in the tourism sector is gamification, a method which enables visitors to discover a natural territory in a fun and original way. Treasure hunts, investigation games, or digital games have become very attractive to the general public. Wide variety of services. Tourists are also looking for diverse experiences and even more for sensations. All of these expectations become fundamental criteria in the choice of their future tourist destinations. For proximity tourists, it's a challenge to find locally an activity that is truly different. This is why having many options available in a single tourism offer increases the chances for residents to find something new and exciting to experience. A new trend in tourism is the concept of micro-adventure, which is an adventure that is short, simple, local, cheap, but also exciting, challenging, refreshing, and rewarding. It consists in going on an adventure close to home, discovering the surrounding nature and living sensations. The goal is to respond to travelers' need to disconnect, to get back to simplicity and nature. The tourism company should offer multiple ideas for micro-adventures and propose exotic visits in the middle of nature with or without a guide around the big cities. Services for tourists from different social backgrounds. As destinations are closer, land transport is more widely used, the cost of travel is lower in proximity tourism, and this allows the different groups of the population to be able to travel. The combination of these characteristics means that the social composition of tourists is much broader, and diversity brings different types of demands. When deciding on the types of activities to be included in the proximity tourism offer, one should also consider the diversity of social background and the respective demands of tourists. For example, including accommodation options that are affordable for visitors with different income may increase the number of tourists. This also applies for activities, tours, and other services and products provided. Targeted communication. Before reaching out with a message, tourism companies should delineate the precise geographic areas, cities in the proximity that they wish to target. It's important to have a clear profile of the target visitors, like gender, age, income, level, education, ethnicity, and as much information about their tourism preferences and interests as possible. The fundamental goal of targeted communication is to highlight the company's specialization and increase the audience's perception that even though the tourism services provided are in their proximity, these are a great holiday option. The elements of novelty, authenticity, originality, and naturalness will go a long way, just as local attractions will. Promotion can include spots near the tourism facility that aren't considered local attractions yet, but should be, attractions that might be new even for residents. Aligning a tourism facility with both established and underrepresented local attractions will improve the search engine rankings. It will also strengthen the proximity tourism branding so that the facility's website becomes a go-to resource for the whole community. Another attraction element is making accommodations, restaurants, and other spaces feel homey. Cozy spaces or decor can also serve as a great photo opportunity for promotion. They provide a nice aesthetic for advertising the tourism services while evoking that feeling of being at the chic home. Investing in search engine optimization for local audiences and geography-based keywords might be a good idea when reaching out to this specific target audience. This applies also to social media communication, where you can adjust the advertisements to the proximity locations. When reaching out to the resident visitors, leaning on influencers with followers in the millions might not be the most effective. That's where the locally based micro-influencers could be more useful. Thanks to an increase in online searches for local travel blogs, these thought leaders are more valuable than ever, and working with them can cause overall engagement to rise. In proximity tourism, traditional marketing tools can also help. Good old-fashioned print marketing can be a way to stand out from the crowd. Investing in postcards can be a great marketing strategy, as it contains the visual and the info needed to let the locals know about the business. The interactions and connections built within the industry with other tourism professionals will gain invaluable reach for all tourism offers. One way is to look for supply chain in the proximity of the business. Finding other local businesses that share similar values and offerings can boost the appeal of the offering in the eyes of travelers. A tourism service alongside other tourism products will give an added value. Also, destination management organizations or regional tourism organizations can be great advocates. They are a helping hand in pushing tourism services and products out of the proximity market. These organizations can help to generate a significant amount of free advertising for a local tourism business. There is a lot of potential in proximity tourism, but the strategy must be adjusted to the specific needs of this market segment. Tourism businesses who wish to invest in this area will have to focus on emotions, surprise, and learn how to promote their services sufficiently to make the local population dream.